So why are we doing this? So what's special about all this relationship? So we started with the relationship between numbers that lie on a straight line, and then circles, and then this hyperbola. So one thing is that when you see formulas written down, so like blank square plus blank square equals 4 square, well, the way that we like to write that afterwards, you know, if you go to university and things, is to just give letters. So that's x squared plus y squared equals 4 squared. And then we just say that this is a circle. So that doesn't look like a circle. It just looks like formulas written down on a piece of paper. But if you think about what this number, so this just means the first number, and that just means the second number. And the first number is on this line, and the second number is on this line. And then when you draw the relationship, you find the circle. So now you have two different ways to represent the same idea, the idea of a circle. You can write a circle as a formula, or you can draw a circle. That means that you can go back and forth. You can find numbers that satisfy the formula and think about where they are on the graph, and you can just look at points on the graph and think which formula they satisfy. So that's a powerful tool to relate discoveries that you make by writing down formulas and discoveries that you make by drawing. Mathematicians call this models. When you write down a formula, you're trying to model something. And then you can explore the consequences of the model. So this hyperbola here says that the model is that this is the way that the two numbers behave. So one thing that we can say is that as this number gets very large, the other one gets very, very, very small. So this is a consequence of the model. As the x gets very large, the y gets very small. And when the x gets very small, the y gets very large. So you can see this all the time in applications of mathematics, that you write down an equation, and that's your idea about what is going on. And then you explore the equation. You see where it goes, you see where it touches, you see if it touches other equations. And those are the consequences of the model. And then you go back and you see if the consequences make sense. So that goes on all the time in the work of an applied mathematician. A pure mathematician also does things like that, because they would be interested in just the properties of these curves. And they would be interested in relating that to other objects. So for a pure mathematician, we now related two areas of mathematics: algebra and geometry. And you can tell a whole story about properties of objects that satisfy certain rules, and that is an entire set, or that's an entire subject. It's algebraic geometry.